nowadays internet is everywhere. You got internet at your coffee shop, internet at the mall, so internet is everywhere and everybody's roaming. You're able to have access, you're connected everywhere you are. With the evolution of the mobile device or the phone or that we come to call them, in today's world, these are more like your laptops. They are more like your systems, your servers. There really isn't any difference in the way that they operate. So those risks that you are posed to your servers, that are posed to your laptops, are posed to your desktops, they are the same risks that are posed to your mobile device. So at home, you need to understand that. Your phone is no longer something that can be isolated and be called a phone. It's actually a handheld system that can be attacked, and that is something that we need to understand. We're actually holding very powerful machines that are actually a target that can actually be used to launch attacks. The biggest risk for such a system is hacking or compromise, whereby somehow somebody is able to either gain access to your device without your knowledge, or tamper with your device without your knowledge, or maybe deter you from gaining certain information within your device without or even if you're not, but now you're unable to access certain things within your device. Either tampering with your confidentiality, tampering maybe with the availability of your application, maybe even the integrity of your information within your device. So that is really the biggest risk within the mobile space. It's possible that the attacker can pretend or trick you to thinking that you are communicating with for example, your internet banking site. And then we have things like eavesdropping. Some attackers, what they do, they don't want to make you aware that they are there. So normally what they'll do, they'll send you a malicious code somehow. Maybe let's say a link, like I just mentioned in WhatsApp. A friend of you sends you a link via WhatsApp, and it does not have any captions. They're not telling you what it's all about, but because it's your friend, you click on that link. And what happens, normally some of these links, they come embedded with a malicious code, and that code will now go and implant itself in your phone. Now that is where now the eavesdropping comes in. And then another thing that is really common that also you need to be aware around hacking or compromise is identity theft. A lot of us are not aware how easy it is for somebody to pose as another person on the internet. But with people nowadays, we are so comfortable with disclosing a lot of our information. For example, you go on social media, you go on your Facebooks, check your friends, check how much information they've put on their profiles, check how much they post on their statuses. That is a lot of information. It's a lot of information that can actually get somebody who's got malicious intent to use it to masquerade or to pose as that person. Sometimes we find ourselves connecting where we're not supposed to be connecting. I'll give you an example. When you get to the mall, you start searching for any free wireless network. And you find one, you connect to it. And what you do, you start transacting, you start talking to your friends, and then what happens, sometimes you forget that this is not even, it's a free Wi-Fi, and then you start connecting to your bank because you needed to do something quickly. And then who knows who's listening in, they steal your credentials. Before you know it, later that day, your money starts disappearing in the bank. So that's how they can even steal your credentials. Nowadays, the biggest threat is the links that we get from our emails, the links that we get from our text messages. Because a technique called phishing that threat actors use is possibly the most successful way of infiltrating or hacking people by just the way of deploying these links and attachments. So don't always be quick to open anything that comes to your friend, especially if you are not sure of what it is, and if you haven't had that prior conversation with your friend that they're going to send you something, especially links or attachments that are a bit abnormal. we have poor application management. You'll find that we download anything and everything. As long as a friend of ours says, there's this app that does this and it's a cool app, we run and we go and download it and we start using that app. So every time you want to use an app or you want to download an app, first of all, investigate that app. Let's make sure every time we get a new device, a new gadget, we set our new pins, we set our new passwords, we move away from the defaults. Anything that is default, we move away from it.